positive and uplifting. Once a week is scope gifted. With the presence in your eyes, what a distraction. Beautiful to soul, especially in action. It's here, not a ration. Came in abundance. Films like in Sundance. Tech like the pop on Touch Queen. You are Curtis of Peace Heart. You must carry, cause MCs they all vary. Some do they motivate, work for the hate. They serve a hope on a plate across different platforms. This hero fake, hydration like crochet. Don't focus on the day, we always here for you. Don't let your emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is the limit, now your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is the limit, now your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. Now you award winning with no award toys. This culture meets the art, podcast with the heart and essence of the growth, the palace in the people. Without you being equal, what we lack is ego. We're back now, so here we go. Run the show like Arsenio, episodic or rituals. Minds change the visual. Representation of our nation and its differences. Some explanation of our uniqueness and innocence. Mass media's intention is to desensitize. We raise the wise and knowledge is power. Without it, we turn coward and proud of a known product. Like we could take it with us. I wish the greats were still alive and here with us, but it is what it is. We're left here to share our gift, and that's precisely what we'll do with it. Shape shift and fluidly, we can pass this test and still in our unity, elevated through stress, yes.
What is up, everyone? Welcome. Oh, I've got a... Sorry, hold on. I don't know why she decided to come in. I don't know what that was about, but no worries. We are back. Welcome to another week of MediaScope, all things media, tech, and pop culture. This is the livest, in my opinion, show about media, tech, and pop culture in the land. It's the only one that I know. Who am I? My name is Dr. Tachi, media professor, filmmaker, media content producer, also a journalist. And guess what? Let's talk about the details. This happens every week, 6 p.m. Eastern time on a bunch of platforms that I'm about to say hey to in just a minute. But if you happen to be watching us on something like a YouTube, I want you to like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. You're already here. Why not like and subscribe? That's way you can, we're trying to build YouTube too. That way you can get to know first when we're on. You can turn on notifications. You'll get notified and you can come and hang out on the tubing of the U with us. So speaking of which, what's up, YouTube? Thank you so very much for being here. It is great to have you. If you're watching on YouTube audience tends to come in a little bit later. If you are watching us on Bookface, what's up, Bookface? Good to see you. LinkedIn, what it do? If you're watching us on Twitchers, it is so good to see you. And guess what? If you happen to be watching on my personal Facebook page, it takes me a minute to get to it because sometimes the comments don't compile. So I see you and I will acknowledge you. Don't worry. But if you happen to be the fortunate person that's going to be listening to us tomorrow in the Caribbean, Nassau, Bahamas, and the rest of the Caribbean on Gospel 107.1 FM, I wish you a multitude of many blessings. It is so good to have you here and to I can't wait to meet up with you all tomorrow and have you all listen tomorrow because you are in for a treat. Well, let's take some comments because we've already got some folks here. Shelly Shells is here and says, happy Wednesday. She is here on the tubing of the U side. What's up, Shelly Shells? Oh, it is not Wednesday or a Taco Wednesday unless we have the MediaScope food truck. Beep, beep. Divine Wright, also known as the Queen of Food Truckery and Minister of Libation, is here. And she's got some goods for you, some noshables and some libations. So go ahead and put your order in, and I'm sure there are going to be some specials. Trish is also here. She says hello. She's also on YouTube. Terry Nixon, what's up? How are you? Thank you so much for being here, folks. I am super excited because we have guests. You know what? I've been so lucky and so blessed that so many people have wanted to come on MediaScope. Like it's been, if you've noticed, week after week after week, we've had guest after guest after guest, and today is no different. We have the brothers from Fonk Around Music. Oh, I'm so excited for that. You know what? In fact, let me just stop talking. I am just going to go ahead and bring them on after I check to make sure that nobody has any comments. Nope, nobody does. So, guess what? We are going to bring them on right now. Actually, after this, we're going to bring them on. Here we go. Brothers, how are you?
Dr.
Dr. Patrick,
Tati,
how you doing?
I'm fantastic. How are you? That's the question. You are the men
we
of
are
the hour.
we are wonderful. I'm wonderful. Thank you
Hopefully,
for having us
Fantastic.
on.
hopefully the men of a whole lot for a whole lot of hours.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
The men for a whole lot of hours.
Yeah, but we're
Not just
good.
this
Thank you,
hour.
Doc. Yeah, yeah. No,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
thank you, Dr.
So we're
Patrick.
going to get started with this because we have a lot. And look, already we have a lot of comments. Let's go to the comments first, though. We have Trish says our brothers. Yes, they are our lower
Chris,
level lounge brothers. If you are
Trish.
not watching DJ Mick Ford, not Mitch, Mick Ford, who spins the best in soulful Euro house, we all part of Club CLLLB, Club Euro Soulful House, also known as the Lower Level Lounge. And this is how we all met. That and CQ, but
yeah,
we met there as well. And Terry Dixon says, my LLL brothers, absolutely. Divine Right says, yes.
Chris,
Our
Divine
CQ
Right.
Yes,
and LLL brothers, absolutely. And it's all love with Trish. Kim Williams is here. And I believe that you were
Hey,
just a
Kim.
guest on her show, were you not?
yes, we were. That's Chocolate Baby. We was on.
Yes, Chocolate
We,
Baby. How
yeah,
are
we
you?
was rocking with Chocolate Baby on Sunday night over on
And
Amp. That
and
was
that is a
great.
great place to be because her show is absolutely wonderful.
Yes,
You
Great
get
show.
taken on a journey when you listen to her show. So
yes,
I was
yes.
Sunday night, I wasn't able to listen, so I have to go and do the replay for you guys. And I
Mm-hmm.
can't wait to do that. So fantastic. Oh, and speaking of which, Fan Classic Car Care, also known as DJ Big Ford, is here. And he
Big
says, good
bro.
evening, LLL family. Good
Big brother.
evening.
Big bro.
That's our big brother, definitely. And Kim Williams says the best guests ever. Oh, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. So you're getting so much love here, so much love. Yes, we know it's you, DJ McFor. How do we not know? We know. We know. Absolutely. And we've got another member of the lower level lounge family. Dea is here. What's up,
Damn.
Dea? What's
Hey,
up?
Queen.
Wow. So I mean, you can't say you are not loved. You
Yeah,
are
can't
surely
say
We
that.
loved.
feel it. We feel the love. We feel it.
Definitely.
We feel it. We appreciate it.
Well, and it's good, 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 and it's well deserved. So, what I'd like to do is actually have you all introduce yourselves because here's the thing: when community is so important. I was just talking about this, but sometimes there are some things we don't know about each other. It's like, oh, your real name is such and such. You
Yeah.
never know, right?
Yeah.
There's some people I've known for 3 years at CQ, and I still only know them by the handle. They'd be like, they'll like, oh, Angela. I was like, who the hell is Angela? Oh, oh. So let's talk a little
Um,
bit. We'll start with Butha. Since you're up next to me, why don't we start with you? Introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself. We would love to know.
yes. Okay. Luther Vandross, and since Dr. Tachi said it, I'm gonna give my legal name, Derek Johnson. So if you see me and you don't feel comfortable in saying, "Hey, Butha," you can call me Derek. That's my real name. Okay. So yeah, I'm one fourth of the group, Fonk Around. Um, I've been an artist, an MC in the hip hop genre since 1992. I mean, I'm artist, producer, beat maker, engineer. That's my job, and then I work a regular 9 to 5 until until Fonk Around pop off. But yes, I'm Booth Vandross, 1/4 of the group. Fonk Around, one half of the group. Loose Cannons. We are a hip hop group, and you know what I'm saying. That's me. I'm here.
And that's you. That's all about Butha. So then, why don't we move over to the next member of Funk Around? That would be Zap. Zap, go ahead and
What
tell us a
up?
little bit
What's
about
up?
yourself.
Yeah, so they call me Zap Boogie. And the boogie came from I started in the entertainment world as a dancer, and just kind of behind the scenes doing video production and all that sort of stuff. So a long time ago, and actually as a dancer, that's where I met Unk Funk. So we met working as we worked for a dance company in Philadelphia, and that's where we met. And the first night that we met, we instantly became brothers. And from there, we just been on a musical journey since. First time I moved out my mom's house, me and Unc moved up to Rochester, New York, and we started a band. So we just been on this. We've been on this journey for a long time, and so since Derek gave his first name, I I
I
will give
gave
my
first and
name.
last.
I will give my name. My name is Tunza. So you could probably see it on my Instagram page. So that's my governmentals. And but I go by Zap Boogie because I'm ready to start the party anytime, anytime, anywhere. Let's go.
Listen, don't be blaming me for making you give government now. I didn't say you had to. I was just saying that I don't know people's note. Nowhere in that did I say you must give your government names. But now that you've done it,
Yeah,
hey, we appreciate you for it though. Oh, and this just
yeah.
in, it looks like we have a special addition to the crew. Let's see.
Let's see.
Hey,
Peace. Peace,
There
what's
it
everybody.
going
is.
on?
Hey,
So we
hey,
have
hey.
another fourth of Funk Around Music. Sir, thank you so much. This is my first time meeting you, and this is everybody else's first time meeting you. Why don't you introduce who you are and tell us about you?
Uh, my name is Unc Funk. I am 1/4 of the members of Funk Around. Um, I produce for the group. I am a dancer, singer, choreographer, producer, music
Edit,
arranger,
editor.
3D editor, 3D animator, uh, and I'll dunk on you too. um, I started my musical journey a long time ago, from basically from when I was a baby, and from that time on, just from grade school to high school to being a young man, it's just always been some different situations that I've been involved in, and actually, led me to completely engulfing myself inside of a music career. So, as Zaf said, we met at a dance company, and we put a band together. Um, Back in the 90s. And what happened was after we put that band together, we stayed together for a little while, and all of us went and started doing other things. And then when he and I reconnected, I mean, we always stayed in touch, but we kind of reconnected musically. And this was back in like maybe I'd say 2011 or 2012. We started working on another group that we have called Blast Jam, and we started to put that together. And then by 2016 or so, like that, we actually started to, you know, put legs underneath the group, recording and writing and producing songs and actually releasing the music. So from there, um, I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna tell the story yet of how the group met because I don't want to be the one to start that. But from there, that's how we got the Funk Around. So I'll let one of the other brothers tell the story how we met. But and me, my first name, even though they call me Unk Funk, I have a lot of names. I have another artist named Guy Lundy. That's another name I have. I'm Fonk, but my first name is Raphael.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Raphael. Yes,
Raphael.
that's it. No, Raphael. Okay. That's what I'm talking. Well, first of all of you, thank you so much for coming, and I feel honored to have you all on. I
Thank you.
am.
Thank you.
Before we
Thank
get to the single that you have out, and I do have the. I think I have the what's the name the video. Before I get to that, let's talk a little bit about how you all got together. Now, if I'm correct, I'm hearing that Fonk Around Music is actually two groups in one, like two great tastes in one candy bar.
That's
How
right.
did that come to be? So you've got a group that's like a hip hop group or a rap group, and then you've got a group that
Right.
is dancers and singers. Is that correct?
Yes, man.
you.
That's
All
correct.
right. Well,
Yeah.
well, how did that come together? How did you come together and say we are going to form one group called Funk Around, or a project called Funk Around?
So,
Yeah. I'll take the first part of that.
yeah, go ahead,
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
brother.
go
take the
ahead.
first part, and I'll let you pick it up. So
Yes, sir.
shout out to D Nice, right? First and
Mm,
foremost, because if it had not been for Club Quarantine and D Nice spinning and us just in there, hanging out, listening to music, enjoying music, I would have never met anybody in this whole circle. So other than Unk Funk, so shout out to D Nice. I'm going to always go back to that moment during quarantine, because that's where my world expanded in terms of people that I was able to meet online. So we want to definitely give credit to the origins. But then as we are going through quarantine and we're listening to different DJs, we're moving around. New DJs are coming online. So I think Paul G was the first person that I recognized in the lower level lounge with DJ McFord, who was spinning the most amazing house music that I ever heard, and my mind was blown for the first time that I stepped into his room. And Paul G was just like a regular in there by this time. So I'm like, all right, Paul said this dude is cool. I'm like, he's cool. So I got the chance to just hang out, kick it with DJ McFord, and he one day was like, hey man, hey Zap, I want you to meet Booth Vandross. He's a good dude. Y'all need to connect. Y'all got a lot in common. And from there, it just, I'm a pass the baton over to Booth so he can finish the story.
all right. Well, Butha, pass to you.
Yeah, so we like my man said, we connected. We were seeing each other in CQ, and I want to reiterate and reciprocate that love to D Nice, just for Club Quarantine, because even the people in the comments to you, Dr. Tachi, none of us would be, this wouldn't even be popping right now if it wasn't for CQ and D Nice. So much love and respect to that brother. But yeah, we get in. I get swayed over into the lower level lounge. I, Matter of fact, I think it was Unique Natasha. I think Unique Natasha
Mm,
sent me a DM one day, and it was a link of this brother going live, and I didn't really know. I said, okay, another DJ, because I was just giving all the and I still continue to just giving all the DJs love. So and my little stamp on this. Whenever I step into a DJ's room, the first thing you're gonna see me post is gonna say, "Respect the DJ. DJs matter." And then that DJ's name. That's how I acknowledge every time I go into a DJ's live. So I click on the link, and lo and behold, like Zap said, it's this brother who's playing some of the most amazing house music. And I love house music, but I forgot actually how much I loved house music until I
hmm.
stepped into the LLL and started rocking with Mick Ford. So kind of fast forward from there, I see Zap in the room, and we kind of start interacting in mix room, and we start talking about CQ, and right around this time we're getting close to CQ Vegas. So I went and I attended CQ Vegas. Zap attended CQ Vegas, and we met in Vegas last summer. Almost 2 weeks to the year. Like September 3rd last year. That's when we met, 2022. So Zap come up to the room. We chop it up. We're talking about our music journeys. We're sharing music. We're looking at each other's videos, and I was just like, "Yo, man, when we get back, we love to collaborate with you on something. Loose cannons and let's get together and do something." So fast forward, we get to December 2022, and myself and my brother, CQ, shout out to CQ, who isn't able to join us this evening, but he's the fourth member of Fonk Around. But we're doing our Loose Cannons 25th anniversary album at that time. Me and him have been together for 25 years. We've been rocking 20 years. So we're putting out our LCS 25 uh, album, in December. So I get my hands on this track, and when I hear it, I was like, "Yo, this is what I envisioned uh, when I thought about collabing with Zap." So I send Zap the track, and Zap gets the track. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do. I'm like, all right, let's do this. So when Zap finally sends the track back, I'm listening to it, and I'm looking at my brother, and I'm like, "Yo, man, you hear another voice on here?" And he was like, "Yeah, I do." And I was like, so I hit Zap. I said, "Say, man, is it somebody else on this song?" I said, "Is there another male vocalist on this song?" He was like, "Yeah, it's my brother, Uncle Funk, Black." I said, "Oh, okay." And we made a joint, and it was the first song that Mick even played in his room from us. I'm pretty sure a lot of people, they may remember, but they don't really know that song. So that first song we did was called Fonk Around, and
Mm.
when we did that, and I'm gonna give props to my brother Paul G, because when we were trying to figure out a name,
Yeah.
I let Paul hear the song. He was just like, "Funk Around. Y'all should be funk around." I was like, "You know what, brother? I think that's," so I presented it to the other brothers, and we was just like, "Yeah, that's it. Funk Around." And that was in like January,
hmm
February.
Yep.
And since then, we've been rocking this Funk Around. We got two other joints that will probably follow up as singles with videos. And we've been 8 months, and here we are.
Wow. What a story. And, I think it's really important to, I think, really, a lot of these live stream and video movements, even though I have been doing this for 8 years now, since before I met any of you all, the fact that I've had so many of you all on as guests and so many I've increased my audience is definitely due to people like D Nice. So shout out to D Nice.
Yeah.
Definitely
Shout out.
due to
Yeah,
DJ McFord, DJs like
yeah,
DJ McFord. Shout out to
yeah,
DJ McFord. That I don't know if people really understand how much the
Yeah.
online community matters when it
right,
comes to all
Yeah.
of these things. And some
right.
of these
Yeah.
people in the online community have your back more than the idiots you know in real life. So
You
shout
better
out.
say that. You
We
better
love
say
y'all.
that.
We love y'all.
You better say that.
We love
It's true.
y'all.
It's true. Very true.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's take some comments, and then we're going to keep going, folks. If you are just joining us, I would like to be the first to welcome you to the fold. My name is Tachi, media professor, filmmaker, media content producer, and also a journalist. This is MediaScope, all things media, tech, and pop culture. We are here every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time on a variety of different platforms. Make sure you join us. Oh, and by the way, we do a pre show at 5 p.m. on Instagram Live where we do to kind of tease what we're going to talk about at 6. So feel free to join us there on my Instagram account. And What's up to YouTube? If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and like. We appreciate that. What's up to Facebook? What's happening for those of you watching on Twitch? And did I get everybody? LinkedIn, hey. Hey, LinkedIn. I'm trying, but you.
What's up, professionals?
Peace,
What's up,
peace,
all the
everybody.
professionals?
Peace, everybody.
What's up, LinkedIn? You know, if anybody is watching over there, what is going on? All right, so we're going to take some comments. I just wanted to acknowledge. Let me acknowledge the people on my personal Facebook page because the comments don't compile. So Joan Balcom, Soror, how are you? She is Joni Red Butterfly, who is part of the Lower Level Lounge.
Hey, Joni, what's up?
Teresa L. Robinson, To Diva for You, is her handle. What's up for you?
Baby.
Danielle Harrington, how are you? Another lower level
Teresa.
person. What's up? What's up? Sam Turner. Oh, Sam Turner, I've known forever. For those of you, I have an affinity for you all because you enjoy dance. I am a dancer choreographer, and I danced when I lived in DC. I danced in 3 different dance companies. Sam Turner was the drummer for a lot of the dance companies, and when I taught modern dance class. He was my drummer for modern dance. So
what's up, Mr. Turner? What's up, Mr. Turner? What's up, man?
How you doing, sir?
Oh, and he also has an amazing Afro-Latin jazz group. I hope you all are still together, but they played at my graduation party. So what's up to all of you? So also, do I have everybody? Jessica Gray. Jessica, what's up? Jessica, I know from my days in undergrad. What's up? So wait a minute. Zap Boogie and Uncle Funky, both of you were in Rochester?
Yes.
For what?
I was actually born in Rochester.
Wait, did I know you're from Rochester?
Excuse me?
Did I know you're from Rochester?
I don't know. I don't know. But I'm saying it today. I was born.
You were born in Rochester.
I was raised in Philadelphia, but I was born in Rochester, New York. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I grew up in Buffalo.
Okay.
So
Snow cities. The snow cities.
I grew up partially in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and then we moved to upstate New York. So yeah, I grew up in Buffalo. All right. So I was like, when you said Rochester, I was like, why?
Yeah. I wasn't raised there, but I lived there. You know, I have a lot of family members that are still there. So I mean, there's been times when I've dabbled back and forth in the city just because my father was born and raised there. My grandfather actually had a church in Rochester, New York.
Interesting. Okay, so you are part of Rochester, New York history. Good.
Yes, ma'am.
We were just in Buffalo. We're not part of history, so we were just there. But you actually are part of. So you were.
Yes, ma'am.
You were useful there. Fantastic, fantastic. All right, so Johnny Ray is here. What's up, Johnny Ray? He at Africa with Johnny Ray. He and Miss Molly are here. He is
Miss Molly.
Lower Level Lounge. He and Miss Molly. Also, D Tuggle.
Hi, Miss Molly.
D Tuggle. What's
D
up?
Tugs. What's up, D? What's up, D Tuggles? What's up, bro?
Hey, if y'all
we have the entire family here today.
That's what's up.
That guy right there he's a superstar in his own right. And if you don't know,
absolutely amazing.
Go Google and search who this man is. You know what I'm saying?
D
Tug. Yes, sir.
My brother.
Yes, sir.
You better Google it. You are next to greatness.
yes.
You are next to greatness.
And I want to thank that brother for something. I want to thank D Tuggles for something real quick. The day that Melba Moore got her Hollywood Walk of Fame, a lot of us who couldn't be there, D Tuggles was out there that whole day recording and make sure that everybody who couldn't be there to participate in her recognition got a chance to see that. So I want you to know that we appreciate you doing that for us. Thank you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Thank you, D Tuggle. He was just on for the past 3 weeks. He's been on the IG live show with me at 5-ish, and he's been our boots in the ground in Hollywood for what's happening with the WGA strike and the SAG-AFTRA strike. And he also talked about what happened at the Walk of Fame. So he was our reporter, our roving reporter for that. So D Tuggle, I appreciate you. He's absolutely, and in fact, I didn't even ask him. He said, "Hey, I have pictures. I have footage." I was like, "Oh, that's all I needed to hear."
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's
So,
up.
and that's how we do in Lower Level
Yeah.
Lounge and CQ. We look out for each other. So,
Right.
shout out to D Tuggle.
I was
Absolutely.
always told this. Always be a servant of the people, because when you're a servant of the people, you never run out of work.
Mm,
Ah,
mm.
amen.
How about
Amen.
that?
Yes, yes,
Church,
yes. I love it. That needs to
church
be a
ain't always
t-shirt.
on Sunday.
Dropping jewels.
Yeah.
Make it quickly. How about it? Dr. Vibe is here. He is the man who does epic conversations. He's absolutely amazing. And
Peace,
you all
Dr.
are not
Vibe.
Peace,
following Dr.
Vibe.
Vibe, you need to follow him. He is out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and he does shows almost every day of the week, including Black Canada Talking, including the Morning Vibe with Dr. Vibe and Ryan. Also, the State of Things with Aisha, Jill, and Lala. He's got, and the Dr. Vibe Show. He's got several shows. And by the way, he is going to be a creator on Indie Soup Media. We've got at least 2 or 3 of his shows right now on there. And so we are really excited. Yeah, I'm excited. We're getting ready to
That
launch.
sounds
Dr.
exciting.
Vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
respect,
are
Dr. Vibe. Respect, brother.
Yes, sir.
No doubt.
Absolutely. Kim Williams says hello to Johnny Ray. Let me make sure I am not missing folks. D Carpio is here. She says hello to Terry. But hey, D Carpio, how are you? Welcome.
Hello, D Carpio. Hi. How you doing?
Zoila is here, who's also a lower level.
Zoila. Hey, sis.
What's up, Zoila? Hey, sis. Yeah, she's cool, yo. Yep.
She's wonderful.
Yeah,
Absolutely
good
wonderful.
lady, man.
We appreciate
Says
all the
you
love,
all are
Zoila.
dropping gems with a Z. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, man.
Fantastic. Wonderful. Okay, so we've got all of those hellos out of the way. I think I have everyone. Yep, I got everyone. So let's do this. Ask questions, folks. If you have questions, please continue to make comments. We love them. Let me ask. So this is funny because I was just talking with D Tuggle, and I said every time I hear your name, do you all remember the group called Buckshot LaFunk?
I do. Yeah, that was a group that Branford Marcellus had, right?
Yeah, so it was Branford Marcellus. It was like kind of like you all, right? It was an amalgamation of like different people who came together for this project, Buckshot LaFunk. And at the time, I think most of you all know that I also worked in radio. So they happened to come through Howard's radio station, and I still have a copy of that CD. That I think that was the only CD they made. That first one. So I had so they came, Branford Marcellus. They all came through, and it was amazing. So let me tell you, if you want to get to know people, radio is a great way to do it, especially radio at a very well-known HBCU. Everybody came in there. I mean, I actually met Anthony Hamilton before he was Anthony Hamilton. Wow. This is when they were still like, so that's the best way to get to know the up and comings. And then years later, like, oh my gosh, I was like, oh my gosh, Anthony Hamilton. So it's absolutely amazing who you meet through radio. So that's really a good way to meet people and get to know the music industry. But I wanted to ask you this. I brought up Buckshot LaFunk because when I heard your name, it reminded me of that, just the name Fonk Around and Buckshot LaFunk. So Buckshot LaFunk was a little more like jazz, obviously, because of Branford Marcellus, but it was also funk. It was also a little hip hop in there. It was an amalgamation, kind of like what you all are. So I'm saying that to say that there are influences everywhere, right? And not that this was necessarily your influence, but it just struck me that the names were similar. Who are some of your influences? And all of you can answer if you'd like.
Well, I think I can start this one.
Let's go, Unc Funk.
You know, as first and foremost, I probably would have to say for myself, James Brown would probably be number one. But then I think about people like Rick James and Jay Dilla and Narada Michael Walden and Kashif. I mean, the list goes on. The list goes on of people that have been great influences. Shaka Khan, Roxanne Shante. You know what I'm saying? Like that. When you're a producer and an artist as well, it's important to take all of those ingredients and mix them all in the same pot. Yes. Because you try not to leave anything out. So anybody that I did name, you know, they are also a part of that musical gumbo pot. You know what I'm saying? But I can definitely say probably for myself that James Brown, Rick James, George Clinton is in that list, and probably Jay Dilla were probably some of my greatest influences in terms of artists who were at the cutting edge and at the forefront of leading the generations of music that they were responsible for being a part of. You know, when James Brown was around, he led a generation. His music was at the forefront of a lot of things that was happening in the late 60s. Then when you move into the 70s, you know, Parliament Funkadelics music was at the forefront of a lot that was happening. And then when you transition to
Yes.
the 80s, the same thing was happening with Rick James. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say Jay Dilla definitely is because he's an artist that a lot of people didn't know about who he was until after he passed away. I was one of the very few people who was actually able to um, be a part of what he was doing early in his career. So I think he played a huge part in um, maintaining the integrity of soul music through hip hop.
Mm.
So he's one person that I definitely admire and always respected. And, um, you know, but like I said, the list goes on. So I'll let the rest of the fellas take it away.
Absolutely. Who wants to go next? Some of your influences.
I can go. Or
Go
no,
go
Booty,
ahead,
you can
bro.
go.
They gonna
Yeah.
first and foremost, my goat is Stevie Wonder. Um,
Mm.
my other goat is Shaka Khan. So those are the first two that I start with because I grew up in the house where my mom uh, blasted Shaka Khan. That was my first. That was my first. I think female entertainment crush was Shaka Khan.
Mm.
Stevie Wonder. I mean, what can I say? You know, every time I hear some Stevie playing, you're gonna see me type out bubble rap Stevie, and I truly mean that because me and Zap was just talking about this a couple of days ago. That I truly believe that Stevie was, we're all here for a purpose, but that man was sent here for the sole purpose to give us the creator's message. And I think that he's done that and so much more because I
Mhm.
mean as a kid, I'm talking about 5, 6 years old, when I first could interpret what I was listening to, it was nothing short of amazing of what he was doing. And especially after I read up on him and found out that he was blind, I mean, I was just blown away, and I'm still blown away by that man to this day. Um,
Mhm.
I got my hip hop influences from the Melly Mel's to the Chuck D's, to the KRS Ones, to the Ice Cubes, and you know what I'm saying. I've always gravitated to the MCs that were really that was talking about something that was only talked about at the water cooler or
Mm.
sitting in the barber shop or out on the corner. Like I truly admired those gentlemen and women, and our queens who was doing it at the same time, and everybody else in between. Like my man said, George Clinton. I'm a big Bee Gees fan. Uh,
Mm.
Mhm.
Mm.
every day I mean, well, who was we talking about? I said two of the voices that I really feel are very underrated is, well, I'm not gonna say underrated, but are not talked about enough in R&B with the male vocalists is Jeffrey Osborne and Peebo Bryson.
Mm.
Mhm.
Those voices, like I really don't think people really pay attention to those two dudes.
Mhm.
Like those dudes, even amazing voices. Man, I've ever since I was a kid. Um, I mean, I Kenny Rogers,
Oh yeah.
Willie Nelson. Who was here's another, Alice Smith. And if you don't know who Alice Smith is, Google this lady. Google Alice Smith and go check out Alice Smith. She's only dropped like 1 or 2 projects, but go check out Alice Smith. But yeah, it's just it's a gumbo. You know, I love my rock music. I'm a yacht rock dude. Every day I'm sitting there working, I'm listening to yacht rock. You know what I'm saying? So I just got a whole gumbo, but yo, those really are some of my favorites.
Fantastic. All right, Zap, your turn.
Yeah. So I think I was born a dancer. So dancers were the first, they were the first artists that kind of resonated with me. And of course, Michael Jackson was, the big artist when I was a child. So I always was fascinated by Mike, just his singing style, which I patterned a lot of my singing style after Mike. His dancing, you know what I mean? Like you couldn't tell me I wasn't a little Michael Jackson when I was young. So I've always just had this special love for Michael Jackson. As a young person, and Stevie Wonder was gospel in my house. I remember like birthdays. It was like, no, I want Stevie Wonder album. As a young person, when everybody want toys, I'm like, no, I want Hotter Than July. That's what I want for a birthday gift. And we just played the album. So just music was just a big part of my life. My mom was, being from South Jersey and being so close to Philadelphia, my mom had like the Sound of Philadelphia, all those groups that came through there was like, they played around the house all the time. One of the biggest influences, and this person is not an artist, but it's my uncle. My uncle was the first person that was close to me that I used to hear sing all the time, and he was a phenomenal singer. He had that Philip Billy falsetto. And I remember being in his house all the time. And I told him this as a young guy. I would just, when he was in the bathroom and he'd be singing, I would just sit in the room and listen to him. And I was just like, man, my uncle is amazing. And that piqued my interest in wanting to be an artist from the time that I was young. So Steely Dan was big. When I was young, my uncle listened to them all the time. Earth, Wind and Fire. So just all that soul music that was around when I was young, all of that music influenced me. And of course, then we move into hip hop. Run DMC was my first favorite group, and and the list goes on and on. But I'll just stop at Run DMC, Public Enemy. They were instrumental in who I eventually became to be as an adult. So.
That's absolutely wonderful. I am so enjoying myself. I hope you all are enjoying this.
This is amazing. This is great.
This is great for me. I love doing this. So thank you all so much for being here. We're going to take some more comments because we've got some more comments. Let's do this. All right. So let's see. Oh, look who's here. My favorite question asker on YouTube, Chill with Elias. We also call him Diaz. He has an obviously we kind of answered this, who you were influenced by and who influenced the career. So we got to it before you, but I know you have more questions. Chill with Elias. And let's see. So he's saying hello. And
Peace,
Dr.
brother.
Vibe is absolutely vibing with you all on this. Jay Dilla, Narada, Michael Walton. Yes.
Producer.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Responsible for all those amazing Whitney hits.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a whole rabbit hole you can go down when it comes to music and who produced what, who influenced what. It's absolutely amazing.
Incredible. Yeah.
It is.
So Chill with Elias asked this: what are your thoughts on how social media has changed the music game? Anyone can start.
I think that social media has changed the music game in terms of allowing artists to become a lot more personable with the fans. when you think about like, you know, the 60s and 70s and 80s, when somebody would come to, there was only two ways that you could actually interact with the artist. And that was when you listen to their music on the radio. And this was even before videos became popular, or you had to go and get a ticket to go to their concert. So I think that what social media has actually done is it's made the artist and fan relationship a lot more palatable for each other on both sides. I think artists feel a lot closer to the fans feel a lot closer to the artists, and artists who also make themselves accessible become a lot closer to the fans, which I think in turns has grown that relationship between the fans and the artists.
Absolutely. All right. Well, who's next? And you, either one of you want to take a stab at this?
Um, I come from, and I think we all do. We come from an era of where we used to see the groundwork. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And when I grew up half my life in Oakland, California. Well, the Bay Area. Let's just say the Bay Area.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you know, I'm also from Dallas, Texas. So when we, as loose cannons, when we were in the Bay Area, when I mean the Bay Area was pop. I mean, you talking about popping? The Bay Area was popping like 96, 97, 98. You know, so we got to see how. Matter of fact, Master P was in the Bay at this time. Master P wasn't Master P yet. So you would see the bus stops, the billboards, uh, anything that could be covered with some promotion material. Like that's what it was, and it was this. You know, if you ever around the bad boy movement, when Puffy started the bad boy movement, and he came and he brought that to your city, you weren't only gonna see the artists. When you got outside of the building or outside of wherever they were, you saw like 30 to 50 people holding up hold, holding up picket signs, like picket signs, but they all just said bad boy. So there's this groundwork that was put in back then as
Yeah.
opposed to now. And I don't
Hmm.
I don't I don't I don't down who tries to uh, if this is this is it now. We're not buying CDs. We're barely buying vinyl. We're definitely not buying cassettes and the nostalgic mediums of music. We're not buying that. So this is it. This is where we are
Mhm.
right now, and this is social media. It's the media. Um, and the thing that the blessing of it is, just like my man said, is you get to become a little more personable with the folks who are vibing with you, supporting, buying, purchasing whatever, purchasing the music, purchasing merch. You get to come a little more personable with the people, and I think that in itself is that's probably the biggest blessing of it. As much of a curse as a lot of people say it is, that's probably the biggest blessing of it, and that's the only thing I would want to speak towards is the blessing of it, and I don't really want to talk about the negative because it's not just music isn't just negative, life is negative. So we're going to see negative images all day, but as far as how the music has gotten to this point, um, yeah, being a little being personable and letting and pulling the curtains back and getting to know some people. I think that's what I love the most about it.
About social media. That's great. What about you, Zap?
How social media has changed the music industry. I mean, um, it allows for more people to share their love for music with the world. So I mean, I would say that's a good thing. Before you had to come by a record label, Now you can just put your music out yourself, and that's good for people who have a passion and love for doing music. So, like Buddha said, there's so many there. The industry is just different from back in the day, and it probably would never. It's never going to go back. We're here now. The future may look different. So I think in any era, I think what's important is you learn and understanding. You learn and understand what's happening in that moment, how to move in that moment, and find out where you can be successful, and then when things shift and move and change, then you change right along with it.
That's a good word right there. Absolutely. Let me say hello to our good friend Claude Diamond. My Wednesday just got better because you are here. Claude, are you in Colorado
What's up,
or
Mr.
are
Diamond?
you in San Diego? Let us know. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we've got so many people are loving the conversation. We've got so many great folks here. Girl Lexus is here. She made it.
Aloha.
Hey, sis.
Aloha,
Peace. Yeah.
Yes.
Aloha.
Yes.
Aloha, sis.
Aloha to our sister in Honolulu, Hawaii. Welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for joining
Yes.
Yeah, and let me say, I know she's recovering right now, so blessings to you, speedy recovery. I know with your surgery, so I always want to shout you out, let you know we're thinking about you and the people of Hawaii for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. A big hug and prayers and mahalo to the people in Maui. Really going through it right now. So everybody, please send prayers and positive energy and money if you can to the people in Maui. And good to know that everybody, those of you that I know in Hawaii, are safe. All right, let's do this. I would love to. Some of us have not seen the video, and I happen to actually have the video. I was sent the video.
For a treat.
Yeah, we are in for a treat. So tell us a little bit, as I'm pulling this up, tell us a little bit about this single called Let's Get To It.
Oh,
So
man. You want to zap
So this-
me?
yeah. So this is Buddha gave the story about our first track that we did. So this is actually after we did that first track, we said, okay, I think we have something. So let's see what else we can do. And this is the first track that Fonk produced for Fonk Around. So this was kind of like really after the first song that we did. This was him really trying to understand and okay.
Hold on, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So this track was Fonk saying, okay, I know what we have. Now let me go ahead and bless this group with a track that will bring everything together, and that's what this Let's Get To It is.
Yep.
All right, well, let's get to it. The world premiere is really not the world premiere, but let me feel special. The world premiere.
World premiere. It's always the world premiere.
It's always
It's the world premiere here anyway on MediaScope of Let's Get To It. This is their new single. This is Fonk Around's new video. Let's get to it. So let's get to it.
That's a good track right there, man. And we in the groove. Yes, sir. Cool evening air, bright lights, fresh digs, grown in, but some pretty cool kids. We no fly by night, man. And we pay dues, and after we time up, come take a walk in our shoes. Effervescent glowing, cheers and laughs. Good breakfast in the morning, champagne bubble baths. Takes more than the words out your mouth to make them clap. We right over here and got it. Yeah, let's go.
My throwback Cadillac, no star, is so clean. Like Martin Luther and things, got my own dreams. So fly like a eye in the sky, know what I mean now. Peeping up all back, you see me like cataracts. We coming for your trophy, me and my whole team. Dynamite brothers shine like Gareth Machine. Holding down the throne for your kings and your queens.
See if you're ready to rock.
Keep it moving, y'all. How you do? Sky high.
Let's get to it. Show and prove.
Show and prove.
Listen to it.
You gotta listen.
I'ma keep it
grooving.
Let's get to it.
Yeah, look at the view from here. Sky's the limit, hard to see you from here. Fruits of my labor, plant the roots in here. Check the temperature, you should never tempt me, boy. You're talking to a timber wolf. Timberlake in my suit and tie. Superfly, what's the difference between you and I? DR, CPR, need a RN. Send the track to the ER if they wanna be starred or something.
No question, you came from with us kings, going hard like LeBron, chasing those rings. Never choke in the clutch as we succeed. Welcome to the Funk Show, you can take that to the bank, yo. Don't know where you're going, come follow our lead. But the flow up, go nuts, chase history for the latest young boys and the OGs.
Keep it moving, y'all. How you do? Sky high. Show and prove. You gotta listen. Keep it grooving. Yeah.
Going up, just cool it. See if you're ready to rock.
Fonk around, we party.
Yeah, it's in our nature. Who down to get naughty?
Nobody's in our lane.
Nobody want the pain.
Nobody want the
That's
shame.
Keenan Ivory Wayne.
This is EPMD.
PSPM
What
Dawn.
the fuck y'all saying?
We already won.
Frankie B through the
And I see
maze.
through my shades.
So let's stop messing around. Keep it moving, y'all. How you do? Sky high. Show and prove. You gotta listen. Keep it grooving. Yeah.
Head high, yeah, yeah. Come on, baby.
Woo!
Yes. All right. That was definite vibe. A definite
yes.
vibe.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for
Thank
providing
you.
that for me. Of course, I've watched it and I've seen it before, but many of the audience members have not. So thank you. That was absolutely quite a treat. And we had a whole bunch of people just roller skating in here. So you had people
Oh,
rolling
yeah.
on wheels. Okay.
Yeah,
That's how good it was. So Terry was rolling on her wheels. Also, Shelly Shells was let's go.
What's up,
And
Shelly
Divine
Shell?
Wright. Divine Wright was also rolling with her imaginary
Rolling.
roller skates because she wants some for
Wow,
Christmas.
that's what's up.
apparently.
That's what's up.
Terry Nixon loves the song and says it was fire. GR2
Thank you,
Houston
Terry.
Jack, hello. How are you? And she said
GR
it was
Houston.
absolutely fire.
Thank you.
Peace,
Thank
GR
you.
Houston.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we all know Susan Sawyer as Sawyer, our lower
Who's
level
this?
sister.
Hey,
So
Sawyer.
she
Hey, Miss
said, "Let me
Susan.
love skates." Dea says this is so dope.
What's up, Dea?
Absolutely.
What's up, Dea?
Paul G, did I see you in here? I did, and he gives you
What's up,
fire
Paul?
emojis
Big
as
bro.
well.
Big bro. What's up, Paul? What's up, Paul?
What's up, brother?
So the whole family is here, and it's absolutely amazing. So we have just a little bit of time left. I wanted us to go to an hour, so we're just a minute shy of that. Maybe I hope you're okay with going just a little bit over.
Oh yeah,
Folks, if
sure,
you have
sure.
any more questions, please put them in the chat so that we can ask them. Let's talk about the inspirations for this. Where did that come from?
I'm a pretty good judge of character, just in terms of how people's spirits mesh together. So for that particular song, we wanted this song to embody just a good time, just a good feeling, a good vibe, a good time, people enjoying themselves, bringing good energy, you know, thinking about just different situations in life that this song can be played at where it'll bring happiness to people. So when we first started actually working on it, we were like, you know, going through different ideas for the song. We didn't just say, hey, we're just going to do this. We knew that we wanted the song to have a feeling and a spirit to it where it made people happy when they heard it. So that's what we looked for until we found that energy and what we were trying to create. And then once we found that, we just basically created the whole song around that. So once the song was finished and we felt that energy was there, it was like, what better place to be on the beach in Venice Beach to actually bring a visual image to what the song felt like. So, you know, the inspiration behind it was just basically, you know, just to make people happy.
Yeah. Feel good music.
Absolutely.
Yeah, feel good music. Different sound, different feeling.
Yeah.
And when we did that video, that was actually our first time all meeting each other.
Really?
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was our first time physically meeting each other. Is when we when we got to
besides
LA
Butha
to
and I.
video. Yeah, besides me and Zap, I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, as a collective, that was our first time together as a collective. When we went to LA to shoot that video. And, you know, we always says that this is meant to be, you know, because you know, there are groups that have been together 10, 20, 30 years, and it didn't take them, it took more than 8 months for them to
make a song like this.
Make a song like this, to make a video like this, to embody the spirit of positiveness, and, you know, create this vibe that we knew without a doubt. We weren't looking for no validators after we made this song. We weren't looking for no validators, because we said the music alone is going to validate us and who we are as artists. And that's, we're not saying, you know, that wasn't no trying to be cocky of yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. I'm sorry. It was. We knew exactly.
I danced around my house for a month when we made this song. I was like, "Woo, we got something, baby. Let's go."
It's the same. It's the same as cooking. It's the same as when you cooking. You know, when you cooking, and when you taste it, and you said, "No, it's not right yet." You got to add a few more things to it, and then when it's just right, you just know. You know what I'm saying? You know, you don't have to put nothing else to it, and you don't have to take anything else away from it. Everything you put in there was just right. So that's what we felt when we finished this song. We felt like we put all the right ingredients in it when we cooked it up, and we knew that it was time to, you know, it was time to eat. You know what I mean?
I'm hungry now, but but did you know what the ingredients were that you knew to make the song that you wanted?
We did. I think we did, because here's the thing. Here's the thing why I say that. Usually in creative projects, everybody's got some different idea about how they think the project should be. And a lot of times with albums and music, this is why it takes so long for these things to come together, because this person wants to do this person wants to do that. And everybody's trying to take their differences in their creativity and pull them into one project. We didn't have that problem at all. Like it's hard to even explain how it happened, because there wasn't anything to explain about it when we after the song was made, and it was just, we just did what we did to it. Nobody said, hey, let's do this, or let's make it sound like this, or I don't like this idea, or we don't like this idea. None of that, none. And to all the listeners, the guys can tell you, none of that happened. Once the song was finished, when we passed the song around to each other, everybody did their parts. That's how this song came together. That's just the way it came together.
Yeah. It just came together the way it was supposed to.
It came together.
There you go.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
you know, and I would say that real quick. I would say, you know what, the unique thing about Fonk Around is, you know, what rap music has become. The rappers started singing, right? You know, back in the day, you know, hip hop, R&B, when you know, the collaborations were, hey man, get a rapper to come and rap on this track, or go get a singer to sing on this track. And we got away from that, and we got to where rappers was like, hey, I'm just gonna sing on the track. So what's cool about this group is we let the rappers rap, we let the singers sing, and we put it all together. And there's really never been, I mean, you might find a few groups who have this formula, but not ones where you had bona fide rappers in the group, bona fide singers in the group. And you know, so that's why it's like when people hear us, they're like, man, that sounds familiar, man, this is taking me back. But we are giving you kind of a new flavor, you know, on, you know, kind of an old formula. So and I would say there's no groups out that's like Fonk Around right now. At least I don't know any, with the dynamics of what we have. And as you hear more music that's going to be released from us, you're going to be like, dag, wow, like these guys really, like you're not going to find music that's out like the music that we have created, and the music that we plan on creating. So
wonderful, wonderful. We have a couple of more questions. Our resident question asker, where are you? Hold on. Cass Lou is here. Hello, Cass. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for being here. And
Thank you.
DS asked this: what are your thoughts on the evolution of hip hop from the 80s and 90s till today? Now, that's a big question, but you can, I guess, summarize what your thoughts are.
It's still hip hop at the end of the day. Of course, we've all, hip hop just turned 50, so hip hop has consumed my life for almost 3/4 of my life. So, you know, yes, we've gone through certain eras of hip hop. You know, they called it gangster rap. They called it conscious rap. They called it backpack music. They called it booty music. They called it twerking music. You know what I'm saying? They call it trap music. So we've grown. If you've been listening to hip hop from the 80s to the 90s to present day, you've grown with hip hop. Just, you know, as you've grown, hip hop has grown. As you've gone through changes in your life, hip hop has gone through changes in its life. Do we like all of it? Nah. But I'll never disrespect anyone. I'll never disrespect anyone who's brave enough. Because you honestly gotta be brave to do this. I'll never disrespect anyone brave enough to pour their soul out to the world, no matter how, you know what I'm saying, no matter how it sounds, no matter the feedback they get, but you were brave enough to give us this side of it. So, and if you saw the concert last week from Yankee Stadium, like I'm looking at some of the
Yes.
comments, I'm looking in the comments, right, and they were like, "Boo!" Certain artists are on like, uh, um, uh, nah, I'm not gonna say Cool Herc, but Curtis Blow. There are artists that some people who are a little younger, you don't know these artists from the '80s. Boo, get that off. That ain't hip hop. Get them off the stage. I'm like, no, man. This is a day of, like my brother Unc said when we was watching. This is a day of celebration. August 11th, 2023 was a day of celebration, no matter who touched that stage,
Yeah.
because we got 50 years. We got 50 years. 50 years of hip hop touched that stage and got us to this point, and we still love hip hop. So honestly, the only differences are the eras that of hip hop that we grew up through. Other than that, hip hop is hip hop. I mean, don't try to break it down and oh, this is rap music, that's hip hop. I used to be in that same vein. No, no, man. It's hip hop. It's the genre that we all come from. It's the genre that's produced any and all that we hear.
Yes,
As far
sir.
as hip hop. As far as hip hop.
Absolutely, absolutely fantastic. We
My
also have
answer to
one
that
last.
question,
Oh, go ahead. You
my
you
answer
have an answer. Go ahead.
is that I'm gonna make it real simple. That
Yeah,
you might not always like the decisions that your kids make, but they're still your kids.
Mm,
So
mm,
contribute that to hip hop.
mm. Church ain't
That
always
was
you
it.
over.
Jules.
you just come with the Nostradamus
Dropping jewels.
knowledge.
Church ain't always on Sunday.
That's the
Yes,
funk.
indeed.
Sheesh.
Funk. That's
Iota.
cool.
We appreciate it though.
That's Iota right there.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
Yeah.
somebody. Definitely has Yoda-like qualities. So let's
Right.
have one last question before I let you all go because you've been so gracious and staying over with us. Dea asked this: the best piece of advice that you've received as an artist.
The best piece of advice that I've ever received as an artist, that somebody once told me once, if you don't pick it up, you'll never have to put it down. And I didn't understand what they meant when they said that to me. And what they were talking about is all of the attributes that come along with stardom, the arrogance that comes along with it. Just all of the different things. They said if you don't pick it up, then you'll never have to put it back down. So it was just a lesson in being humble and always staying true to who you are as a person. So if you don't pick up any of those things, then you never have a time in your life where you have to put it back down. So that was the best advice that I ever remember anybody giving me as an artist.
Interesting. Butha?
It does. I mean, it wasn't just music. Um, it was just life, and I was always told, as far as you can see, is yours. And I took that and applied it to music, to my music journey, and that's probably the best advice I've gotten. Is just as far as you can see, is yours. Because starting where I started, ending up at this point right now, it's like this is like level to things I saw uh, my music career being. So yeah, that's it for me in a nutshell.
As far as you can see is yours. And finally, Zap Boogie.
Yeah. So the best advice I get is from these brothers right here. Um, Buddha said it's not easy doing this, and it's not. You know what I mean? Like we've been doing this a long time. We've been at it. We've been trying to, do music and be successful at it for a long time. And with anything, you always when you're trying to achieve something for a long time, there's always a level of self doubt. But when I talk to these brothers and and they like, nah, man, you're dope. You know, you belong here. You belong here like anybody else belongs here. You know, sometimes people are just fortunate. They're in good, you know, they might be in the right place at the right time, and things happen. You know, so, you know, just knowing that these brothers encourage you to say, nah, man, yeah, you know, no, we belong here. Let's keep going. It just gives you the you know, it just gives you the energy, the will to just keep fighting and keep fighting for your dreams and things that you want to achieve in this life. So and then of course you got to believe in yourself. You know what I mean? If you don't believe in yourself, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you're probably wasting your time if you don't believe 100% that in yourself and your ability to get things done. So we are very, you know, we're very humble guys. Like, and anybody who's met us, you know what I mean? If you know, there's a lot of people I've met that are watching us now, and I'm just a regular person. I love to have fun, but I'm just a regular, everyday person. We could talk about anything. And we always want to remain that. But at the same time, we're very confident people. We're confident in our ability. We're confident in knowing that, you know, when we put our minds to things, we can achieve and create some amazing art. You know, so I'll leave you guys with that.
And since you're leaving us with that, why don't you also leave us with how people can contact you?
Yeah, so you can contact us on, we have our Fonk Around Instagram page, Fonk Around Music, at Fonk Around Music. We're on Facebook at Fonk Around Music. If you're on Facebook, you can reach out to us there. Right, and then we have our individual Instagram pages. You can reach Boot the Vandross at Boot the Vandross. You can meet me at Zap Boogie, Unk Funk at Unk Funk, and SynQ is not with us. You can reach him there as well. So we have so much in store, so many things planned, merchandising, all that sort of stuff. You know, and to support us, if you download music, please go download the track. If you are streaming, add it to your playlist, stream it, share it with your friends. You know, same thing with the video. We appreciate all the love that we receive over the I think the 10 days since the track came out. We are now starting to receive some radio play, so that's exciting. Our song is going to be played. It's already been played around the world. So we have more DJs that are picking the song up and they're going to put it into rotation. So even on the radio, they're going to be hearing this song. And, you know, we just appreciate, you know, a lot of love from, you know, our family who has been supporting us. You know, you guys are our friends. So we consider you our friends and our family, and we appreciate the love and support that you guys have given us. So.
Well, that's wonderful. Thank you so much.
One more person I want to thank. One more person.
Yes. Go ahead.
It's you.
Oh.
Thank you, sis.
I want to thank you. Thank you for having us on this platform and giving us an opportunity to share our music with everybody and, you know, tell our stories and, you know, express ourselves freely. We appreciate you. So thank you for having us here.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Yoda. I appreciate it. I really do. And I appreciate all of you coming on. It's an amazing show. I can't wait to have you all back. This is an open invitation for you all to come back. So
we had a great time. This is really
you
fun.
are now part of the MediaScope Massive. So
that's what's up.
I mean, Booth already was. So this is now all of you are just enveloped in the MediaScope Massive. So thank you so much. And thank you to the MediaScope Massive for coming and showing up today and showing out. So many of you were here giving great encouragement. I think that, again, the crux of all of this is the community. Thank you. Because if it wasn't for you all, I would be here talking to myself. So I appreciate you and thank you all for coming on. And with that, we're going to let everybody get to it
Yes.
and get some dinner, right? So let's get to it. We're going to let everybody go on. So, guys, hang on after we end for a minute, for like a quick minute. But to everybody else, I want to thank you once again for coming. It is Wednesday. You make my Wednesdays. My Wednesdays are better because of you. And I'm going to go ahead and do what I always do. I love you for watching. I bid you adieu. You guys, myself, and all of this wonderful music and funk around music, we are about to exit stage left. So until next time, cheers.
Cheers.
Thank y'all.
Peace,
Shout out
everybody. Thank you.
Rain. Shout out Rain.
Shout
We love
out,
you, Rain.
shout out,
Shout out,
shout out.
Close the doors, walk across the corridor. We got something to show you. Media is our repertoire. Fed with the same news, no channel to use. Cruise control mentalities, here we offer you. We can show you on your way. The content that never strays from positive and uplifting. Once a week, the scope gifted. With the presence in your eyes, with a distraction. Beautiful to soul, and especially in action. It's here, not fashion. Came in abundance. Films like this Sundance. Text like the pop on Tachi Queen. You are Curtis, a beast heart. You must carry, cause MCs they all vary. Some do, they motivate, work